Hi, Twin Flames. I'm pulling cards for the 1111 portal, which peaks on November 11th, 2025. That's this coming Tuesday. My name's Lacey, and I've been helping Twin Flames reunite for 7 years. And I love helping people get clarity and guidance and support on their Twin Flame journey. So if you appreciate this reading and you want to claim your own, I have Twin Flame readings for you personally starting at $11 for this year's Twin Flame portal. So check that out after this reading if you want to claim your own personal reading and work through some of those blocks. I'll be talking about where you might be getting stuck and how to move forward and how to get clarity about what is going on your Twin Flame journey and how to go deeper. So let's pull some cards for the collective now. We've got Soul Revival. I let go of old versions of myself. So you're continually growing. You're continually letting go. A lot of people kind of feel like, okay, once and done, but it's actually a process. It's something where you might say, oh, I had a dark night of the soul. Well, you might have multiple dark nights of the soul. And each time you are ascending, you're raising your vibration. Each time you go within and you heal and you let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. Maybe you let go last year and you chose something new, but then now you're outgrowing that. So it's kind of like a new pair of shoes where you do need to continue growing. Let's see what else is coming up for this portal season. Inner child consciousness. My inner child holds the key. And you can see two people here with their inner children kind of touching hands. And I want you to know that no matter if you and your twin flame are at odds, or if you're not talking, or if they're choosing someone else, or if you are together, but it just kind of feels, I don't know, extra crispy, so to speak, there's some inner child healing going on. And that your inner children are actually playing, your inner children are actually connecting, and maybe you're working through some old family wounding, and that could be what's coming up for you. So it's nothing to be afraid of, even if it looks really gnarly on the outside, like they're with someone else or they're not speaking to you. It's just healing. It's just healing. There's nothing aside from the healing that's going on right now. So you don't need to be afraid of what's going on the outside. Okay, let's pull the next card. Oh, I love this. I actually have the original painting of this. This is tending to the vulnerable within. I tend to my vulnerable sprout with care. So it's important to understand that you need a lot of compassion right now. You're in a state of healing, and just take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Really go deep and understand that your union's kind of like, you see this sprout, it has two leaves on it. That is like your union. You are one kind of super being with two parts, a masculine and a feminine. And your masculine twin flame is a person, and the feminine twin flame is a person. So there's two people that are kind of embodying this oneness, this one energy, this one kind of super being. But you're kind of like in the grand scheme of things, if you think about your soul, which is like, infinite, millennia old, like you're not like, you don't need to like rush and make things happen. They will happen. Things will happen. You will come together if you do the inner work, and if you're willing to go to these places within you and support and nourish yourself. A seed does not grow if it's not fed. You need to water the soil of your soul and go to these places that are hurt. A lot of people want to kind of jump into union when they have a lot of wounds to heal first, and that you can. In fact, I did that. I jumped into union, and me and Josh had a lot of trouble. We had a lot of places inside that were traumatized and that were brought up super fast when we got together. And so we had to recalibrate and do some healing. And now things are very, very much more peaceful. The unseen path. I courageously choose the unseen path. So a lot of you are in a place where you've never been here. Maybe you've had some boundaries that you've never had before, and you're like, this feels a little awkward. Like, I've never walked this way before. I've never had boundaries. I've always only ever done X, Y, Z, right? But now you're doing something new and it feels good, but it's also an unknown path. And just remember that you're not alone. You're with spirit going up this unknown path here. And spirit knows the way. God knows the way. So you can trust that you're being guided. You're not being abandoned on this path. Let's keep drawing some cards and kind of clear the area. I feel like more is coming through here for you guys in the collective. We have Soul Song. I have a destiny that only I can fulfill. I want you to know that no one else can be your twin flame's twin flame but you. No one else is going to be good enough for them. No one else is going to really take your place. And if you see that your twin flame is with someone else, they're settling. They are settling. And you don't sit and wait outside their door, wait for them to change. How do you change that dynamic? Well, your twin flame is your mirror. So if they're choosing someone else, it only reflects something inside. It only reflects something inside. It only reflects that you aren't feeling worthy, that you aren't feeling like you deserve to have them to, give it all up, whatever they seem to have, and be with you, right? But here it's talking about, just remembering that you are the only one that can be their perfect divine counterpart. No one else can be that for them. And then vice versa. They're the only one that can be your perfect divine counterpart. Let's keep going. Next card, Inner Union. Oh, beautiful card. My inner masculine and feminine are balanced. And I want you to know that the spiritual school that the school of thought that I practice, the teachings of union, we know that you do have a masculine and a feminine essence. But as I mentioned earlier, the masculine essence is completely embodied by one person. And the feminine essence is completely embodied by the other person. So when we say you have both masculine and feminine energies, it doesn't mean that you as a person have both. You are either 100% feminine or 100% masculine. And it doesn't matter what kind of body or, gender you're in. It doesn't, that's not what energy we're speaking to. We're speaking to the polarity energy. But if you look at this picture, again, this is like a super being. In Plato's Symposium, he talks about people having, 4 arms and 4 legs and being separated and always longing to get back together. So it's like you are a super being. You are one with your twin flame, and you're completely balanced in your union in those energies. So let's look at this. Wolf Fox. I trust myself and my guidance. So maybe foxes are a special sign for you and your twin flame union. But some of you have been questioning yourself. You've been wondering, like, okay, am I doing this right? Am I following the right path? And I want you to know that yes, you can trust your instincts. And a lot of people ask me, they're like, hey, can you help me identify my twin flame for me? And I'm like, well, I can't identify them for you. Only you can do that. It's a process of revealing them, but I can show you that process. I can teach you that process. And so with my clients, I help them go through that process. And it's a process of unfolding all of the layers that are keeping you stuck away from really connecting with your inner truth. And it's a process. A lot of people want to snap their fingers, and when I say it's a process, yeah, it's not just a snap of the fingers. However, it's something that doesn't take that long, as long as you're diligent and you're willing to surrender your limiting beliefs. I claim your sovereignty. I claim all my power back to me. So some of you feel like you're getting stuck on the twin flame journey, like you're feeling like helpless and stuck and like nothing you do works. Claiming your power back isn't just like a pie in the sky thing for me to say. There's a special process and technique to do that. And it's involving feeling your feelings and loving yourself with the mirror exercise. And I practice and teach the mirror exercise. I've been doing it for 7 years, as I mentioned. And for me, it's transformed my life so that when I face challenges and upsets, they don't derail me. I don't get knocked over. And I know in my heart that I'm growing into harmony with my twin flame, and that I'm growing into perfect union with my creator. And having that as a goal, like heading towards perfect union with your creator, that's where your power comes from. You are a divine being, and when you tap into source energy, not tapping into, oh, I'm going to get my energy from the external, I'm going to get my energy from somebody paying attention to me, I'm going to get my energy from somebody paying me money, and etc., etc. I mean, those things are not bad, but that isn't the actual source of your power. The source is actually within you, and the way that you access it is you've got to clear the debris in front of it. You've got to go and do the mirror exercise. Learn the mirror exercise. The 4-step process, not the one where you look in a mirror. It's a 4-step process of inner work and self-reflection where you find places that you didn't know about that are like your subconscious blocks, and you love yourself. And some people are like, oh, that sounds really easy. And I'm like, well, it's simple, but it's not easy, if that makes sense. Think about yoga. If some of you do yoga and you're like doing downward dog and like triangle pose, and you're trying to stand in tree pose, and it's a cultivated practice. That's why people watch yoga instructors on video, or they go to a gym and they have personal training, like, where is your hip supposed to be? And, oh, I thought my hip was here, but it's actually there. That's what I do. So I show you those places where your thinking is limited, or where you're out of alignment with love, where you didn't know, right? And so it requires a lot of trust to be built between me and my clients for me to be able to kind of tell you, hey, you've got a misaligned thought here. It's kind of like when you go to the yoga studio and your instructor kind of like gently nudges you into alignment, right? That's what I do. And I highly recommend that, because if you start to do the mirror exercise and then you find that it's not working for you because you're trying it by yourself, without support, without someone who's an expert to guide you, then you're not going to go anywhere. And so, yes, it's a simple process, but no, it's not necessarily easy. But it does get easy if you learn it the right way and you practice over time. So I want to invite you, if you like this video, to 2 things. There's 2 pieces of homework I have for you. If you want to claim your own 1111 reading, you can do so on my website, TwinFlamesHeartsDesire.com. They start at $11, very affordable. It's something fun for me to provide for people. And if you're interested in learning the mirror exercise, how to do it the right way, you can attend my free Twin Flame 1111 Masterclasses, which is going to take place on Saturday, November 15th at 11 o'clock. Again, that one is free. So I want you to register for that, enjoy it, and I will see you very soon. The description is in the description box. The link is in the description box under this video. That's what's going on. My cat Cleo came out and distracted me. That's why I kind of fumbled on my words at the end there. Hi, Cleo. Okay. See you in my next reading, and I wish you all a very enjoyable, powerful 1111 portal. Many blessings.